Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Tool Shop, and we're back again with my uncle here. He's visiting me from Chile, and so he does a lot of... What is it that you do? Talk us through what you normally do down there sometimes.
I like to sit on my butt. No. Actually, I teach a lot of English, but I also like to work on the farm. And so when working on the farm, you deal with animals, butchering, and so on and so forth. So you need a nice, sharp knife.
So I think that's what we're going to be doing today. And earlier today we forged out this little Hardy hole fuller. Has a decent sized radius to it, I'm not quite sure exactly, but forged it out of some 1 3/4 round stock. Make sure to go check out that video. I'll drop a link in the description when I get that made. And so what we're going to be using this to help pull out the width on this piece of 01 tool steel. So it's about 2 inches wide by 3/8 thick. And we have roughly about, I want to say 9 inches of length on it. So we're going to start by pulling out the handle material. I think we're probably going to do a full body handle. We're going to be pulling out the blade, putting a nice hole right in the top of it to give it that really nice butcher knife style look, and hopefully see just what we can make out of this. So let's get into it, throw this in the forge, and start hammering the steel. Switching over to the coal forge, and this is... Make sure to go check out my video on when I made this coal forge. I'll drop a link in the description or above somewhere. But yeah, I'm still using this thing to today. I don't use it quite as much now that I have this propane forge behind me. But for example, when I run out of propane like today, I gotta say this is a great backup to have. You know, it just uses a little hair dryer. And gotta say, it definitely gets up to temperature, no doubt about it. For directing, you don't want to be bent over at the back, because that's going to be all lower back, right? So we want to do, plant your feet, and then you're going to want to bend more at the knees and right at the hips. Hips straight up and down, and then you can kind of bend back, forwards. You also want to make sure you're going to be kept out of the way of where the striker is, because if they're swinging a hammer right up here, you don't want to be over top of this. So if you're not only kind of directed, you know, squared or diagonal right between the corner of here, you can also, you know, you're out of the way, your main body is over top of this leg, but you still have this one to jump around on. You know, you can bend back, get a closer look at things, as well as your shoulders kept out of the way, your head's kept to the side of the anvil.
Spread it out?
Yep. Oh yeah, look at that. That just took and pulled it. Like, you see how useful this is?
Very useful.
Like, there's a reason I wanted to forge that yesterday, is because that just...
It made all the difference.
Oh yeah. You try and pull this much steel out on the side, it's not happening. because it'll just take the hammer and it'll hit it between not only the surface area. Yeah. Well, it'll still spread it, but it'll just be, there's a lot of surface contact area with the full hammer face, and it'll just spread it in all directions. Whereas this, it hits it to apply a lot of pressure, but then it's focused in that one point to really just pull it out. Yep. Yep. Look at that, right out.
Beautiful. Little punch.
Yep. That's actually such a nice hole. Like,
that's what he said.
Gotta say, that's actually probably the cleanest hole I've ever punched. Like, that's straight through. There's no,
There we go.
like, there's no overlapping of holes. They're straight aligned.
Very clean.
Sweet. All right, so next step is just gonna be to put that punch through it more, just to pull it out, give it that integral butcher style knife look. As you can see, that's just kind of how flat. I'm gonna get it on, like, right against the eye level to see. So as you can see, there's still a little bit of gaps in it, but I'm gonna say that's probably good enough for being hand forged as a knife, especially with just trying to get a big butcher's knife out of it. I'm saying that's probably gonna be good enough. And yeah, so it has some great little recurve in the blade. Or sorry, not recurve, but a nice belly to it. The hole, as you can see, has been punched out. Did that in probably about 2 or 3 heats. And just basically, I'm gonna go in, grind a little radius to that, clean everything up, and hopefully put a handle on it soon. So let's get the oil out. We're gonna heat treat the blade first, and then I can grind down from there. So let's get to that now. I have the knife here. It is, I'm done with the forging of it. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I have this oil here. I have a piece of steel heating up in the forge right now just to warm it up, get ready for it. And then I'm going to be running this through the forge, getting it nice and hot, letting it soak in the heat for a few minutes, and then I will be coming over and quenching just the edge. So, Alright, so I have a pretty good file here. I'm just going to do a little file test for hardness. As you can hear, it's biting into the back, and it's just skating right over the edge there. So I'd say it's heat treated and hopefully should keep a pretty good edge. Probably just going to do a little flame temper along the back once I get it ground down a little bit, but other than that, let's get to grinding. Alright everybody, thank you so much for watching and making it to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. This is the cleaver where it's at right now. It has been a few months since I worked on it. It is now January in 2020 when I made this video. It was back in the spring when my uncle was up here. The reason that this has taken me so long is one, there's a bunch of stuff I had to fix on this. My fault, when I was forging this again afterwards, I was trying to straighten it all out before the harden, and I was hammering it too cold, especially for one, which is a tool steel. Hammering it too cold meant that I put a lot of cracks in the blade. So I went back and I TIG welded in a bunch of the cracks, tried to fusion weld them. I'm not sure if they're going to hold, so I'm not sure how strong this blade is actually going to be, which is why I haven't finished this handle yet. I just haven't gotten around to it. With that being said, I'm still going to eventually go back, grind it down, and put a handle on it and send to my uncle for a keepsake for him. Definitely a great learning experience for me, teaching him as to how to blacksmith, how to forge, as well as teaching me some great skills for like directing and striking. It was absolutely amazing, great learning experience, and I'm glad I could bring you guys along the journey. So I want to thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to give it a big thumbs up. Comment down in the comment section down below as to what you thought. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, hitting that red button down below, and turning on that notification for future updates. I'm hoping that now that's 2020, my goal is to get some more videos out for you guys. So thank you for watching. Have a great day, guys. We'll see you in the next one.